So good morning students. Now we are starting with the chapter 1, that is Introduction to Accounting. This is a very first and the basic chapter. We are starting with a definition. See the definition. Accounting is the art of recording, classifying and summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money transactions and events which are in part at least of a financial character and interpreting the results thereof. This definition is given by American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Now we have to understand what is the meaning of this definition. So we are starting. Accounting is the art of recording. That means accounting is an art and where we have to record. What we have to record? That is the transaction and events. Whatever the business transactions are there, all that business transactions we have to record and after that classify. After recording the business transactions, we have to classify, we have to divide that transactions and summarizing. At last we have to make a summary of all the business transactions in a significant manner. In a significant manner means in a systematic manner, in a very important manner and in terms of money. One thing you keep in your mind that all the monetary transactions only we have to record in our books. Those transactions which you are able to measure in monetary terms, that transactions we are going to identify whether that is a business transactions or not, and that business transactions only you have to record, right? After that, transactions and events which are in part at least of a financial character. Financial character means those transactions and events which are of financial character. That means we are able to measure in the monetary terms. If any transaction we are able to measure in the monetary terms, then that is of a financial character, right? And interpreting the results thereof. You did a business for a year, so whatever the result of that business, whether you earned a profit or you have to bear a loss, whatever it will be, but whatever the result will be, that result you have to communicate, that result you have to interpret, that result you have to give to whom? To the users of financial statements, those parties who are interested in the information of your business, that to that users you have to give this information. Hope this definition is very clear to all of you. Now come to the characteristics of accounting, right? What are the features of accounting? The first one, identification of financial transactions and event. Again, this point is clear. Let's see, suppose in your daily life also you are doing different sort of activities, clear? But from that activities you are not earning anything. So the point is, basically the activities are divided into two categories. The economic activity and non-economic activity, right? As a student, whatever you are doing, you are studying, you are chatting with your friends, right? You are learning something, but from these activities you are not earning, or these activities are not monetary. But what your parents are doing, what your father is doing, right? That activity, through that activity, they are earning something. He is earning something, right? So activities are divided into two categories, monetary and non-monetary. Clear? So here what we have to understand is, whatever the transactions and events happening in the business, we have to identify whether that transactions or events or activity is related with my business or not. Clear? If inside my business, or if business is affecting by something, if any activity is going on inside the business, that we have to identify. Clear? So the first step in the characteristics of accounting is we have to identify the financial transactions and events. Second characteristics, measuring the identified transaction. How you will measure? First thing is you have to identify. Suppose I identified, yes, this is a business transaction. But the next step is now you have to identify that how much amount of business transaction is this. Clear? We all know that the ruling currency of our country is rupee. Clear? So we have to measure these transactions in rupee terms. Right? Suppose I identified that transaction, that suppose I purchased some goods. Clear? For my business. So now this is a business transaction. Now how much amount of goods I purchased? 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, like that. So second point is measuring the identified transaction means you have to measure in the terms of money, in the terms of rupee. Third one, you identified, you measured also, now you have to record. Where to record? Record, you have to record in your books, that is journals or cash book or subsidiary book, like that, right? All these are the chapters only. Clear? So whenever we are going through the particular chapter, we will get a more clear idea that what are these books. Only at this point of time you have to understand that whatever the transactions we identified and measured, we have to record that transaction. Clear? Then the fourth point, classify. Whatever the transactions you have recorded, right? You have to classify. You have to divide that transactions or that items. Suppose I purchased, so whatever the total amount of purchase in a year, that we have to keep it separate. Whatever the sales is there, that total sales we have to keep as a separate. Suppose we paid salary throughout the year to our employees. So whatever the amount of salary you paid, that salary you have to make it separate. That is classification. Then summarizing. Summarizing means in total, the amount of purchase, the amount of sales, the amount of salary, that is summarize. Summarize means total. Then sixth, analysis and interpretation. Now in accounting there are different formulas, there are different methods in order to establish a relationship between two different but related items. Clear? For example, I am giving an example. You all knows that whenever we are going to sell our goods, we will earn a profit. That means in sales and in profit, there is a relation, right? So analysis means we have to establish a relationship between two different but related items, that is analysis. And interpretation. Interpret. We have to interpret, we have to closely observe that what will be the result of these analysis. And the last point, communicating. After that, whomsoever the users are there, right? Those who are interested in the books of our business. Clear? For example, I am giving an example. Suppose government is interested, right, in order to form economic policies. Income tax authorities are also interested that whatever the profit we have generated, we have to pay tax to income tax authorities. Now, consumer, customer, from the ones whom we are purchasing goods on credit, we have to pay the amount. So all these are the parties, those who are interested in our information. Clear? So we have to communicate. Communicate means we have to give this information to the users. Clear? This is communicating. So hope all these characteristics are very clear to all of you. Now we are coming to the objectives of accounting. The first one, maintaining accounting records. We all knows that there is a different policies from the government also that you have to maintain your books of account in a very systematic manner. So through accounting, this is also an objective to maintain accounting records in a very proper manner. This is the objective of accounting. Second, determining profit and loss. If we are doing the business, then that is understood. We have to know that how much amount of profit or loss we are, either we are earning the profits or we have to bear a loss, at least in a financial year. We have to know. Clear na? Then only we'll make a changes in our approach. If we earn a profit, that means we are doing a very good work. If we are bearing losses, that means we have to make some changes. Third point, determining financial position. Determining financial position means the position of our assets and liabilities. Now this is a new term for all of you, right? Assets and liabilities. Assets means those who are going to give some sort of benefits. For example, I'm giving the example also. Suppose cash is there, stock is there, plant and machinery is there, your building is there. All these are assets. Means those items which will give some sort of benefit in future. That are assets. Liabilities means we have to pay to outsiders. Clear? Now see, determining financial position. This is also an objective of accounting in order to understand that what is the position of assets we are having and what is the position of liabilities we have to pay. Fourth point, facilitating management. We all know that the role of management in any organization is of decision making process. This is a very this is not the sole aim of management, but this is a very basic aim of management, right? The role of management is to make a decision making, clear? But budgeting also, forecasting also, there are different roles of management in a business. So facilitating management means if we are having a clear picture of all the transactions, all the income statement, P&L, financial statement, position of assets, liabilities, then that will be feasible for management also to make a further decision. Fifth objective, providing accounting information to users. We already discussed in this point that we have to give all the information to users of financial statement. This point is related with this. Sixth, protecting business assets. If we are not knowing that how much amount of assets, how much amount of plant and machinery, motor vehicles, land and building we are having, how we will protect our asset? But if all these are in a very recorded form with us, in a books of account, it is already written that this amount of assets we are having, then that will be easy for us to protect our asset. So these are some of the objectives of accounting. Hope this point is clear. Now see the functions of accounting. The first one, maintaining systematic records. These are the functions of accounting. Maintaining systematic records. If we are having in a very systematic manner, we are identifying, we are measuring, then we are recording, then we are classifying, summarizing, analyzing. That means everything in a very systematic manner we are recording. Clear? We are maintaining the books of account. So this is also a function of accounting, that maintaining a systematic record. If someone asks that what is a proof of this transaction, we are having a receipt of that transaction. Suppose we purchased some motor vehicle from anyone. We are having an invoice, we are having a cash receipt. On the basis of this receipt, this transaction we have entered in our books. So that is a systematic record. Second, preparation of financial statement. Many different and new terms are coming, so try to understand it. Financial statement. When we are talking about the financial statements, I'm not going in a very deep, right? Financial statement. Financial statements means the statement of trading P&L and balance sheet. Now this is again a new term, trading P&L balance sheet. In short, we will say that through financial statement, we will identify whether the business is earning profits or losses. What is the position of assets and liabilities? These are financial statements. Clear? So preparation of financial statements. When we have all the data with us, then it is very easy to calculate whether the business is earning profits or bearing losses. What is the position of assets and liabilities? This is financial statement. Hope this point is clear. Then come to the third point, meeting legal requirement. There are different legal requirements from the government that in this manner you have to maintain your books of account. The perfect example is GST, goods and service tax, right? Now fourth, communicating financial information. Already we discussed in this point the characteristics that we have to communicate all the information of accounting to the users of financial statements. Now fifth point, assistance to management. Again we discussed facilitating management, assistance to management. That means whatever the decision making process, this is a role of management only. So whatever the information of accounting we are having, we have to give this information to the management, and management is going to take some decisions related with the business on the basis of this information, right? So in this first chapter, we have covered three topics, that is introduction to accounting, characteristics of accounting, your objectives and your functions of accounting. Clear? Thank you.